Live. Okay.
Yeah. Yes,
We are live, family. How y'all doing? Peace and power, peace and life, vocal dialect. We are here again. We tonight we're going to be dealing with hot topics. It is an honor and a pleasure to have this lovely panel with me. We have, of course, the feminine energy, Mama Earth in the building. We also have our brother, um, General Shaka Sankofa in the building. Both of them are from DC. I'm Knowledge Born 7. I got my partner in crime, Can Water I Kill. Let's get it, man. We're going to deal with the hot topics, and we ain't playing no games, y'all. Let's get it.
Mama Earth from Baltimore, man.
Yeah. Mama Earth from Baltimore. Okay, let's get it.
Baltimore.
The West Side.
So I guess the main thing is was currently on the agenda. Of course, it's the presidential election that's happening in 2024 November, and a lot of topics, a lot of side taking. There's a lot going on. You know, who choose between the two less of evil, as always, as us being the melanated man, melanated woman, aka the black people. We have to choose between the lesser evil. Of course, we're people who've been robbed of real economics, real science, real social studies. And we've been robbed of a real rites of passage. So, you know, as I say all that to say is, how y'all feel about this 2024 election coming up, and give me you guys' thoughts on that.
Joe,
let me go first. Since that feminine energy goes first, I believe we're in a sad predicament here, and we've been in a sad predicament all along. I don't believe voting is effective. I really don't. It hasn't been effective in all this time. What would it look like if we all would just say that we're not voting until some changes is made? We're not putting our name on nothing. We're not electing nobody, and we're not spending no more money in your community. Now, see what's going to happen, because in order for the wheels to turn, the wheels got to get started somewhere. So standing firm into not participating in this political cesspool, because that's what I call it, because who do you have that you could really say that is going to not put us in a perpetual war? I mean, we're heading there anyway. So I don't understand how my vote or anyone else's vote is going to change anything, because after all, no matter who gets up in that seat, they still got to hire another entity, another level that they got to go to. President, you know, so my opinion when it comes to this voting stuff, no, I ain't voting for nobody.
Right. I agree, Mama Earth.
I've never been compelled to. No, I have never been compelled to or be guilt into. I just told people, when they say to me, why, you know, they quote all of this, your ancestors died for your right to vote. They did, because they wanted to be treated fairly like any other human being. But had they knew what was happening today, they would have said, no, we ain't, and we don't want no desegregation. No, leave us here. Let us build us, since we here, you know? So I think if they knew better, and if they had foresight that what was going to be existing today, they would have just, I'm sure their energy is so sad about the position that we're in today. Because we don't fight. We just comply. Not we as in this group, but we as a people.
Yep. I agree. I totally agree. And You know, with us, these gatekeepers, and we got to hold them accountable. They're actually mad at black men for not voting for somebody that's not just going to pass down the same agenda that's been passed down since the 60s. Because we've been voting a particular party and repping something that's never been beneficial to us. We continuously do this. And I think the main reason is because those bourgeoisie, as you notice, all of the ones that are pushing this are actors and athletes and these fraternities, this boule. These are the ones that are actually pushing, calling black men stupid and all these types of disrespectful comments based on the fact that if we don't vote, which will make them more comfortable in their conditions and keep us in a povertized state, that we're stupid. And what it is that a lot of black men are actually waking up. And that brings me to, if you don't mind, this situation that involved Tyrese and Roland Martin. But Roland Martin calling Tyrese dumb for stating that there's no hate crime bills directly and specifically and exclusively for us. And I just want to our people, listen, we done this, we died for this and for that. And now the Civil Rights Act of 1964, July the 2nd, 1964, is a landmark civil rights of religion, sex, and national origin. It prohibits unequal application of voter registration requirements, racial segregation in school and public accommodation, and employment discrimination. It has nothing specifically talking about us as a people. And they have us thinking that these rights were designed for us, that our people sat there and died and all this, and it says nothing specifically about us, nothing. And when you go to the Haitian hate crime bill, which is Public Law 117-13, and it says, it's actually called, and that's just a covert name, it's actually called the COVID-19 Act. And then it states, I'm just going to go to paragraph 5. It said more than 1,900,000 Asian Americans and Pacific Islands, older adults, particularly those older adults who are recent immigrants or have limited English proficiency, may face even greater challenges in dealing with the COVID pandemic, including discrimination, economic insecurity, and language isolation. Now, this is the list of this so-called hate crime bill that doesn't have nothing to do with us, and it has a list of all Asian and these islander names: Young Soo, Sun Chu Kim, Hung Young Grant, Soon Young Park, Paul Andre Michaels, Delina Ashley Gonzalez, Daying Funk, and Zai Tam. It has nothing to do with us, nothing to do with us. And so just to debunk what these people are pushing, because they know we don't read, we don't study, we don't do any research. And so we'll buy into this "we shall overcome" in 1964, where everybody's holding hands and locking arms and all of this shit, you know, but our people don't do any research. It's all based on emotion. And they might be playing black people out of pocket too. They might actually be playing black people out of pocket to divide the blacks and have them going against each other. If you push the agenda, have them hating, because Fox, CNN, and all of those demonic media outlets play into that. They push these narratives and agendas and tell us who to hate and who not to hate. So it may end up being that they may be having Trump already being selected, and then Trump will turn against us because they're training us not to support him. So they'll give him an excuse not to even push any agendas or assist us in any way. So it could go either way. But the best thing, like you said, MaMa, is I vote not to vote. That's the ultimate key, because it's never worked for us and it never will.
Shaka, I heard you say, they playing us, but I believe we playing ourselves, man. You let them do all this, you know what I mean? We fall for it. Playing ourselves, in my opinion.
You're right.
All right. Great commentary. Mother Earth, I do agree with you. I do agree with everybody on the panel thus far, but I do agree with you, Mother Earth, as far as us as a people getting something for our vote, which is very essential to us. We always have to play the lesser hand to try to get to the greater hand. And like what Shaka Sankofa is saying, Brother Shaka Sankofa is saying, once they get us playing a awkward game of commerce and we're not using our mental capacity thinking, getting something for what we need as far as in this commercial system, then we always look like banana in the tailpipe. I'm just making it plain, make it simple. That's all I'm saying. They say both have things good on both the genders as far as helping out blacks, but anything you throw at us as far as us being black will look like it helped, because how we're depicted in the media, we're depicted in such a way that it's just strange. And knowing that without us, there is no Western world. We will look down upon, we looked upon as trash, and then certain things as far as the Constitution of the United States, a code that Shaka has just recited, but certain things into the Constitution of the United States still saying it take 3 Europeans to equal 1 African American, which is unheard of when pretty much a European is low in DNA. They don't have no history. They don't have no anything. Without us, there would be no them, and that is just plain and simple. You steal a whole racist identity to the point where you make a whole religion out of them, Egyptology, because you fell in love with the science, because we understood the science. We were students of nature. Now bringing that back for us dealing with us today in this political arena, this politics, it is all just a game. Once they control the media, multi-direction destruction, maniac European devils in action, once they control these particular avenues, they just plan the game. Of course, they already know how we're wired. They have all the metaphysical aspects of us, as well as they understand the cosmology of the black man. We got gold in us, we got nickel in us, we got iron in us, we got all those things that's in the earth that's in us. So therefore, that's why they got us on synthetic medication and they messing with the food. Because as we try to reach our higher self and come out of our lower selves, and everybody must look at this. This political game that they playing is pretty much hitting the lower chakras, as Brother Shaka has said. Like I said, I agree to some of it all, and they hitting the lower chakras because it's dealing with emotions, energy in motion. It's really crazy how they have us down to a science, but we don't have them down to a science.
Absolutely.
Why would you dye your hair?
Right.
Why would you go and get BBLs when you don't need that? You can exercise. Why would you bleach your skin? Why bleaching cream is still selling at an all-time high in Africa? Mm-hmm. Why would you do that? Why would you belittle yourself? The highest DNA, one crackhead DNA does not even equal what to a European is equal. They have no reverence for the sun. They have no reverence for Ra. And we steady playing these games instead of getting back to nature and getting back to the science. We have to get back to our creative self. We are down as far as in education. Brother Shaka has spoken about that before. And also for the people that's listening, he is also a certified psychologist. So when we think about everything that's been coming to play, yes, they're playing with our emotions, energy,
Yeah.
emotion. Steve Harvey said, let's do something this time so we can get something next time. All the stars are saying we must do something this time so we can get something next time. Why it's always got to be do and then get it later? Why they don't never just do for us? I will say this before I pass the mic. There are many ethnic groups that have many reparations. In the United States, they gave out more reparations to other ethnic groups than us, which is pretty much silly because the indigenous people to this land is here right before them. But the American dream is that one, that everybody makes money off of one particular ethnic group, and that is us. They come open up Indian shops, Chinese shops, all kind of shops. I can't open up a barbecue stand or nothing like that in the Arab community, in the Jewish community. They come here, open up all their shops and make money off of us, liquefying our assets and also taking our mental capacity to an all-time high.
Yes.
Dealing with the psychosis and the telekinesis of the black man. Poly tricks. We got to stop playing the games. Go ahead, Ken.
Good, I'll pass it on. What I'm saying is, talk about these entertainers and stuff, man. They they paying. It's an agenda they pushing. They paying these people, man. Probably not all of them, but they getting something out the deal, man. Gotta be. And I don't see how people don't see that Kamala Harris is a fraud, man. I don't see how you cannot see that. It's a joke.
That's because they under a mental spell. That's why. Yeah, it ain't just by happenstance that the Obama stepped up on that stage, They've been in the background puppeteering all along. They ain't never really disappeared because Biden, whenever he had a meeting, you see Obama face in there. How many ex-presidents have you seen on the stage before over and over again if it ain't Bill Clinton and Obama? It's because all of them have the same agenda. So it ain't just by happenstance that the Obamas came up there to speak on the behalf of Camilla. All of them, all of them in the same boat. So all of this stuff is playing. Even they know exactly who's going to go into that seat. They already know.
Yeah, they already know. Yeah, they already know.
Yeah, they do know. I will say this: the Corporation of the United States of America is a business. It has an EIN number. It has filed bankruptcy several times. So, I'm saying that is a corporation of that capacity. It does a business plan. So therefore, there are several business plans that they have done. They know who's going to take the seat. They know what's going on.
Yeah.
They have so many different ways of perpetuating the madness before us, and we keep falling for the banana in the tailpipe. This is a very serious topic. We're dealing with hot topics, but this particular topic that we're dealing with now is the politics. Very serious topic because we always laying ourselves and weighing in the balance as a people. We never get nothing for what we need to get. But they talk about all these different programs that they have for us as a people. But then the Europeans benefit from aid. They benefit from that. Housing, they benefit from that. Particular things in healthcare, they benefit from that. And then you allow a whole nother genre of people to come in and still suck more life out of us.
My goodness.
And move us out the way on the chessboard as we are pawns. But I will say this: the way you perpetuate us into the community and before other people and other people around the world, something's gonna change. And you best believe we are not gonna be on the end of it this time. I do believe.
No.
I will say.
I believe so. I believe we coming out swinging because a lot consciousness and knowing thyself is now becoming a viral and not being a fashion statement or a trend. These people and this young people coming in, they waking up. And it's people in their 20s that's out here on the corners with their fists raised, and when we're out there, they honking the horn coming to us. So they're waking up. So you got now a generation of ones. Now they try to make that woke stuff seem like it's bad. You hear that?
Yeah.
That's one of them woke people, as if that's something that should not be. What you supposed to be, sleep? I guess, yeah, in a subconscious coma. So they taking a word and switching it to make it have negative characteristics, or received on a negative way. So when you approach a person who is woke, then you're going to probably just stay away from that person, because that person going to start some trouble. You know how them woke people are. They're confrontational. Because they don't want people to waken up. But I see a grand awakening happening. I see people coming together too. I see conscious people coming together and forgetting those tags as be representing this organization and this title or this level of stature in the Black consciousness. We're coming together, and that's exactly what we need to do in order to fight this thing. We're going to have to come together, and come together hard. Purposeful.
Well, you know that illegal immigrants, that's a whole different topic, man. Wasn't she supposed to be the one who protected the border, Kamala Harris, as the vice president?
She was the border czar. She was the border czar. He's never to this day has ever went to the border. To this day.
You didn't even hear from her until recently, because I said last year, where's the vice president? Ain't nobody seen her, heard her, seen her having lunch or dinner somewhere. You just didn't see her. Then now all of a sudden she just came up and boom.
Yeah, and
on that point.
Let's talk about this Project 2024. Man, Trump didn't invent that. I don't like Trump either. He didn't invent the Project 2024. The project that is over 900 pages. So I know people didn't read the whole 900 pages and stuff. And he been pulled away from that. He don't have nothing to do with that. So people need to do their research, man, and stop just falling for anything. That's why we're in the predicament that we are in now. For real, falling for anything. It's sad to me, but I believe it's going to take something drastic to happen to us for us to stand up and stick together. My personal belief.
I want to go back to Mama Earth, and she spoke about woke. They making woke seem bad. So I'm not even gonna rant about that. I'm gonna just say this, because I got a lot of fire inside of me tonight for some odd reason. I don't know why. At first I was cool earlier. I spoke to my fellas, TShaka Sankofa and Kimwato Akil. Shout out to Obasi Kente and Kente, and shout out to Queen Got His Hope. Our other partners in crime. And when I speak crime, I'm being facetiously. I'm talking about us as far as being on this particular wavelength of us dealing with consciousness and higher knowledge and higher self, knowing knowledge and having knowledge of self. So this thing about making woke bad. Why would you make something woke bad? If a law is being passed, it's only for the benefit of the corporation of the United States of America. A penal code is being passed. Penal, you look it up in the law dictionary, it means action. So you get a penal, you break a code is because you did some penal action. So if they pass a law, which they have passed against us as a people being woke, Black identity extremists. Once we get the knowledge of self, and we educate ourselves, because the education system has its own curriculum, which is being controlled. Majority of the Black colleges are named or being boarded by some of the families that run the world. Our curriculum system is being controlled. I say before, we're robbed of real economics, real social studies, real science. We have to go out over and beyond to read books. All of us on here have a small library. We read books. So being woke is an honor and a privilege to sit down and discuss different sciences that some people, regular people, go to school and get a 4-year degree for. I don't have to do that. I go to the bookology and I learn what I need to learn because that's how we did it in the beginning, being students of nature. So being woke is not a bad thing. So if the Corporation of the United States of America passed a law against you, that means they fear that. They fear you learning law, real law. They fear you knowing that these are laws of the water, not laws of the land. They fear you being able to write your own contracts as far as Admiralty Maritime Equity Law. That's what they fear. So if they fear it and we go into court and we beat them at the game. So they make a law. Okay, we gotta stop them from coming to court. They black identity extreme. We gotta stop them from coming to court. Paper terrorism. How is it paper terrorism when I'm filing an affidavit on a court case? That's not paper terrorism. And according to their maximum laws, an affidavit must be rebutted point for point unless it constitutes as law in the court. So being woke is a great thing. It's a mighty thing to be able to sit down and tell the young people, the youth, some real science, some real politics, some real education. We got to stop beating each other up over nonsense. We got to get out that lower chakra. Everybody constantly in that lower chakra. Get the hell out the lower chakra. Try to reach a crown chakra and start thinking purely. Eat good. Eat clean. Get your mind right. Because one thing is for sure, we keep getting the lesser. We got to keep picking the lesser. When are we going to have the greater?
Look, we have to recognize that we have greatness. If we wasn't great, would they even try so hard to keep us from our heritage, to take away our language, take away our religion, or force their religion on us, taking away the spirituality and our connection with nature? It got to be that they know who we are. So if they know who we are, why we don't know who we are? We are some powerful beings. And just imagine if we all worked on unison and worked as a unit together, how powerful we could be.
Yeah. That's the hardest thing. Standing in the units.
They want it bad. They want it so bad. They trick us to thinking that we are not enough. They're the true narcissists, to be honest. If you look at the characteristics of a narcissist, they are the true narcissists. And it just like a contagion. It just spread in our community where our people is taking on these things. But I tell many of us activists that I don't care if we win 2 or 3. That's better than none. That 2 or 3 going to add up to 5 or 6. That 5 or 6 going to add up to 100. It is our responsibility to get out there, the ones who know the truth, to go out there. They said in the Bible, it said, go out to the highway and hedges and compel them to come. We the ones to go out there in them highway and hedges.
Facts. That's true. When we're dealing with the oath takers. You have those who have sworn to uphold the Constitution, and a lot of people haven't read the Constitution. So, like when Knowledge was talking about going in these judicial arenas, and that's what they are. It's not a court. It's really an arena because you up against the oath takers. And so when you say woke, and it might this analogy might sound corny, but just think when you were little, Christmas Eve, waiting on Santa Claus, everybody that was asleep was okay. But the one that was woke, that actually wanted to see if this shit is real, was threatening to get pepper in their eyes, and they were the bad seed, the woke one, the one that actually wanted to see the whole picture. And so this is the same, like Mom ever said, that's spell work. That's spell work. It's in the GMOs. You feminize the male. You desensitize everybody's mind with GMOs. Then with the media, you put certain agendas. You put all black on black crimes. That's top of the news before you even talk about if it's gonna rain today. Let's get with how many blacks killing blacks. We got to push that agenda first. Then we get to sports. You get the men hypnotized on sports. Now they allow you to bet on sports, and you know, it's all alcohol commercials in between, you know, to keep people intoxicated, to keep people inebriated, and keep them under that spell work. Then you have the movies, the movie industry, same-sex scenes, black on black crime. Every black TV show got something to do with homosexuality or drugs or black on black murder. And our people have become so addicted, they glorify that. They glorify going to prison. They glorify blowing powder and blowing people's heads off, where it becomes exciting to see another black man do a drive-by in a movie and kill everybody in the car. That's supposed to be gangster. That type of programming, along with being miseducated, being povertized, mass incarceration, child sexual abuse, child trafficking, infant mortality. See, all these things play into our makeup because they know, like MaMa was saying, we are the greatest. Wouldn't be no other races, wouldn't be no other ethnic groups or none of that if it wasn't for us. Absolutely. Now the Asians are on TikTok and social media crying and begging black men for their sperm and their DNA, and they're going to pay them, I think, $75,000. And because they're trying to reproduce themselves through us. Through us. They know who we are. We just don't know. You know, and by default, because we've been stripped of everything. We've been told we wasn't nothing. And everything is being reinforced, like I said, in the movies and sports. You know, there can't be no great black quarterback. You know, they're not smart enough. They don't have the brains to run a team. All this type of stuff that plays in the psyche of our brothers and sisters. But again, like you said, MaMa, when you were saying the young people have their fists up, see, it's something that's innate in them from their ancestors. It's an insurrection, revolutionary energy that they haven't even tapped into yet. It's just innate in them. It was innate in them from the time they came on the planet. They don't even know what it is, but they know this shit ain't right. And if you push anybody, especially the greatest people on the planet and the original people on the planet, you're going to get the greatest ass whooping and you're going to get the original ass whooping. Because when we get pushed in the corner, after all the people that look like us, the gatekeepers, everybody's annihilated. Everybody that's waiting on the white man to fly down with the nightgown on and no drawers and shower shoes on, that's unbathed. After all the people that fell for that shit, you know, and then you're gonna have the people like Zbigniew Brzezinski, Noam Chomsky, Henry Kissinger, and Richard Nixon said, the warring urban guerrillas. They've always been in fear of that. And when we teach these boys, because I'm not going to tell them, say no to drugs, we don't go on the hood with all that shit. We don't go tell them no war stories or I've been there and all that. How can you tell somebody you've been there when they in there right now?
Right.
I just tell them, you got your guns pointed at your brother. You know, that raise you got is not with him. It's not because he live in another project housing that don't belong to nobody. It's because of your conditions and you don't want to face the reality of who's responsible for putting you and setting this play up for your destruction. You know, it's real simple. And once they understand that and internalize that, they're going to function on a high level that we can't even fucking imagine. We can't even imagine if we think that we're putting in work. When they start riding for real, I'm talking about for real, when the real smoke, because you got a whole race of young men and women. Don't exclude them young girls. Some of them young girls are riders for real. But when
Yes.
they ride for liberation, because they don't care about death at this point. But when they go for the juggler in terms of Black liberation, there's no army, there's no Air Force, there's no Marine Corps, there's no UN, there's no NATO, or none of that will be able to stop them. Because you're going to have another generation that's going to back them up, that's going to see how this shit goes, and they're going to be in training. See, we didn't have that real training because when they eliminated the Panthers, the crack and all the cheap drugs flooded the Black community, so it diminished the revolutionary spirit in the Black community. So most of us in this era right here had to actually get it out the mud in terms of knowledge itself. But it's going to come that time, and I honestly think that the Most High is going to switch this shit around.
No one is coming to help us but ourselves.
That's right.
The Black woman is very powerful. She has the Eve gene. Every race can come out of her. A very special and unique specimen. I will say that. So, if it wasn't so, we wouldn't be at the top of the chart as far as organ harvesting.
Yes.
We would be at the top of the chart as far as keeping placentas. So, we have to think about every aspect. We have to really open up that third eye. We really have to open it up. We playing the game, but we're not playing the game. It's simple. And it's all a game. They gave you the game in 1933. Parker Brothers, Monopoly Brothers, that's commerce. You go to jail, community service, all of that. You get to buy some property, you get to you get some money to go pass and go. Look when the game was created. Then we have to go back to when they was trying to teach you how the house and the rules is set up. When the show used to come on Channel 9, I forgot the cartoon come on Channel 9. Teaching you all about politics, the house and everything, how it's set up. Even gave you some key things on how to manipulate the house. Now, moving to the present day, we have to think about Dr. Claude Anderson, who also gives you a blueprint. Then we have to think about other ones that in between that. I also left a blueprint. We not stepping to the script. We are not on code. Nope. And frankly, we are not unified. We got to set our differences aside. Put these unbiased thoughts that we have aside. Stop falling in love with these so-called leaders.
And egos.
When you fall in love with the leader, when you fall in love with the leader, and the polytrick makers come in, they go for the leaders. Rizla Islam did an interview. Shout out to Rizla Islam. He said they come to him every time it's election. Dr. Umar said the same thing. I may not agree with both of these young men, but I can say this. They do speak truth to power for us as a people. I give them that. And when the time comes, they do speak whatever they speak. That's cool. I'm not taking nothing away from that. But I will say this, though. The key message that they gave up is that these political parties come to people who have social media influence and who have certain movement to moving our people to speak positive about a particular political party so we can go that direction because we are leader followers. We are people followers. So the brother Sankofa is popular on the internet. He's banging them out. I'm talking about he got views coming out to Wahoo. He gets a call from Trump party. Then he gets a call from Kamala Harris party. So then he gets to pick. He called both of them back and say, well, what y'all offering? Trump said, I'll give you 10,000. Kamala Harris said, I'll give you 15. And I give you 2 interviews. And then if I get in office, I'm gonna give you $50,000 to $100,000 grant. What my brother Shaka gonna do? Huh? Now I'm talking about the real Shaka. He gonna say no, of course. But you get somebody who's not at that level as far as having a high vibratory frequency, they gonna take the food. Mm-hmm. They gonna take it. And when you take it, I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't mind saying it. When you take it, it's dog food. Because when you take it and you get it, when you get done, they just gave you pennies for being a dog. Yeah. And they're gonna pass more laws and just scoot us on out the way. Mm-hmm. And then another 4 years or whatever come along, we need your vote. We need your participation. We need your vibration. We need your vibration. We need your vibration.
Well, we fall for it. That's the problem. We fall for it. Every 4 years, we fall for the same motion. Bull crap, man. So when we gonna stop falling for it? Because we're not benefiting from none of this madness. You know what I mean? Let me tell you something. Right. The sister set up there and said, but I believe Barack Obama said first, they're not going to do anything specifically for black people. But you did something specifically for these immigrants. You passed the hate crime bill for the Orient Asians and stuff. Y'all done something specifically for them. So why when we ask for stuff, you know what I mean? You can't do anything specifically for us. So what that tell you? Don't vote. Don't vote for none one of them. Because they needed our vote. When we go realize that, we don't realize that it's the people because we all over the place. And as far as unity, dude, it's not, like I said, it's not going to be too far all over the place, man. You got conservative blacks, you got liberal blacks, you got the what they call it, the bougie blacks and stuff, you know what I mean? We too far all over the place, man. You know what I mean? And so, like I said again, early in this conversation, it's going to take something drastic to happen to us, you know what I mean? For us to goddamn unite.
You're right. And something's gonna happen.
And as activists, been out here activating for years and years, I clearly see it.
Yeah, something's gonna happen. Man. Yeah, something's gonna happen. How many more days got we had it long for election, right?
Nope.
Not long at all. 3 things is gonna happen.
Tomorrow makes 60 days.
3 things gonna happen. 1, something's gonna happen internationally. If it has not already happened, it's slowly happening. 2, something's gonna happen globally. I don't think the global thing has happened yet. 3, something's gonna happen to a particular ethnic group. I don't know if it be us, if it be the migrants, or who it may be. Those 3 things happen every election. Remember that. Watch the news lines and stay on your current events. And that's why they always try to shut down the social media. Watch out for certain things that happen in the social media. Don't fall for every story in the social media. I'm not saying be your own personal fact checker, but just check it out. You know, you got to, see some form of the truth in it. And then another thing too, start looking at more worldly news. You gotta pay attention.
Yes.
Hey, look, another thing too, man, before, because I want to say this earlier, as far as the entertainers, you got people like Prize, you got people like Luke from Two Live Crew, talking about vote for the black sister. Man, they made a career on this sisters, the great sisters, you know what I mean? So that tells me something right there, man. That tells me something right there. It's all an act, man. You fuck it. And she ain't even black, man. Let's get that let's make that point right now. She's not even black. So that's all right.
Knowledge said those 3 things, and he's right on point.
Yep.
You got Israel. Look for something in Israel. Look for something on that Gaza Strip. On the international level, they've already International Longshoremen's Association, in June the 10th of this year, they gave the union 90 days before they go on strike. September 10th make 90 days. If no negotiations are met, then there's no more food distribution, no more import exports from none of these shipyards, none of the freight containers. Everything will be on lock. Number 3, the domestic situation. They're trying to create the climate where they want the blacks and Latinos to go at it, and they're going to side with the Latinos. So all of this, all of a sudden, these things happen to take place. Now, why couldn't the workers for the ILA? Now, if you look at the Longshoremen's Association, 102 years ago, July 15th, Marcus Garvey did one of his most powerful speeches at the Longshoremen's Hall in Louisiana. So it's nothing. And Garvey was talking about the whirlwinds as well. We had to pay attention to exactly everything that's taking place. Everything that's taking place. Why didn't they go on strike in January and give them to April? Why did they start in June and give them to September? And who knows how long the strike is going to last?
Yeah.
Who knows? And they side with Israel. They got you. They got black people fighting with Palestine. They got us all over the place, and they got our people in this emotional whirlwind. And this is why you're actually seeing the emergence of these older, effeminate, these soy boy, estrogen laced niggas. You know, Ricky Smiley, Roland Martin, D.L. Hughley, Steve Harvey, Plies, and so many these estrogen-filled lace coming out of the woodwork. They're actually, see, this is an emergence. This is an emergence. This is the year of the black male, buck-breaking, sissy energy. You know, Diddy, all of this stuff is coming out, man, to promote this type of passive mindset. And so when they see straight up black males, because I remember I told you 5 years from now, it might be a misdemeanor to be a black heterosexual male. And you might have to show proof that you're heterosexual.
Hey, read what Brother Jerry said, man.
Go ahead. You want to read it?
No, man, I'm on this phone, man.
Okay. He said, acknowledge that was the bill of the Capitol Hill. It was a commercial, which explained the 3 levels of government: judicial, legislative, and executive. What Shaka said. Shout out to my brother Shaka, man. Hey, my love Shaka, man. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna say this. We gotta stop playing to get along, man. It's crazy, man. It's just crazy. We separated, we divided, and the feminization is just crazy. You know, this ain't no homophobe, but I'm just telling you the truth. On all the commercials, you see interracial marriages. It's pretty much a war against the black man and pull him in.
Sure it is. Sure it is.
And it's
because why?
And go ahead,
let me say something. Because why all these nationalities? You know what I mean? Why? Just think about it. I've been thought about this. Why they keep on showing the brothers, being feminine and gay? Other nationalities are feminine and gay too, but they keep on showing the brothers. Why? Why?
Agenda. Because the most powerful indigenous man still walking among us.
Yes.
Masculinity still is among us. As long as I'm here, Shaka here, Ken here, and there's others. It's not just us 3. There are some men here who are strictly about being a man, and not just that, standing on it. We don't play games. We don't play jokes like that. We don't call each other our names. we build, we don't destroy. And I tell everybody that. You know what I'm saying? And it's bad that they keep putting us in the media to make us look bad. And you're right. You got Europeans who are sweet, Hispanics who sweet, Chinese people that's sweet, but they keep the black man out there. And they keep us in a way where it's drama, stuff like that, flamboyant, All of these things are just building blocks, man, to tear down the one entity. If you do, I'll say this, if you can play with the DNA a little bit, we still have not unlocked a lot of DNA that's in us, which can probably correct it. Don't forget, the Europeans think we have junk DNA in us. There's nothing junk inside of us. They still think we have junk DNA in us. That's the most dumbest thing in the world, and they know it. But we listen to what they say, and we take it face
because
value.
they want that superiority complex. I'm superior than you.
Yeah.
That's what they think. That's what they portray. But I see the opposite when you go get lip fillers, when you get collagen put in your lips, or you getting your nose broken and get to make your nose more rounder, or to make your eyes more slanter. When you're doing all of those things, that's why I said they are the meaning of. They give low self-esteem those meanings, and those mental diagnosis that people have. It belongs to them. Because then you seeing it creeping in the African community. You see it creeping in. Now they're getting their butt done, because now they got these reality shows up in your face, and they became addictive. And they seeing the reality shows, and they seeing their bodies. So now it's causing body dysmorphia. You looking in the mirror and you seeing something different than what you see on TV. So therefore you got to have that. You want to have the perky breast. You want to have the round bottom, as if that means anything. It only means that you are trying to compare yourself to another, to find your self-worth and your self-value, when we need to find it within ourselves without seeing it in someone else's image. And that's what those reality shows, because I got caught up on them. I was watching those, what's that, Housewives of Atlanta? Boy, I was beaten up. Listen, I turned my phone off so I can watch Housewives of Atlanta, until one day I felt compelled that I had to hurry up and get home, because it was trying to come on for a show. That's how I knew that a lot of mind control was going on in those reality shows. Is something that is stimulating you to continue to watch it, so that now, because I do believe that the plastic surgeon in the entertainment industry is working together, because of the entertainment industry, the plastic surgeons now have to get them bodies the way that they see their bodies. And a lot of our
Yeah.
sisters are dying. They're dying
Yeah.
from it.
You don't need that. Just go work out. You know what I'm saying?
That's the Kardashian starter kits.
Yeah.
When they get when they're getting their faces and all this types of stuff done. But let me just say this, because it was kind of alarming and shocking when I recently saw this. When we talk about the Rainbow Army, right? Actually, it just didn't take off like it wanted to take off. It was going to take off actually during the time, and I'm talking hip hop specifically. If it wasn't for the East Coast West Coast war, it was actually going to take off then, because I know y'all probably know, if you watch Notorious Biggie's video, that's a man Biggie was talking to.
Yeah.
In
Yeah, I
the
did see
music
that.
video,
Yeah.
that Big Papa, which he ended up getting killed for trying to trick a heterosexual man. But it's in, and that dude was in Craig Mack's video too.
Yep.
And so actually, yeah, that was the precursor. They was getting ready to really take off then. But with the murder of Tupac and Biggie, that kind of put everything on hold. But they still maintain those private parties and those after parties and stuff like that. Because a lot of people don't know. I really didn't even know that because I never paid no attention. Because I would never think, Biggie would even, I ain't think he would get down like that. And then in one scene, the dude was in the bed with Biggie.
Yeah, he was in LL
Big
Cool
Papa
J too.
video. Big Papa video.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Big Papa video, but in LL Cool J video too.
Was
that's
it
why
Big
they
Papa?
call it Hollyweird, because there's all types of sexual deviance inside of Hollywood. Even, I think you would be absolutely surprised of how many of your lawyers and your doctors and your judges, they pay for children over there in the Philippines. I was watching a documentary of how those doctors was going over there undercover buying those children. So this stuff is all over the daggone world. This is all over the world.
What's the guy named that? I think he recently got killed over there. That had his island. That did he had the best firewall program to this day. He had one of the first firewall programs. It's named after him.
Um,
Not Norton, but it's another firewall. It's better than that. One of the original firewall programs. Got this guy's name.
I can't think of it. Any last
But
words
he was
before we end the podcast?
No, it's always great building with y'all, man. It's always great. There's a lot of love and a lot of powerful energy, man. I appreciate the invite.
Right. Somebody put in the chat on McAfee. Somebody put in the chat on McAfee's shop.
McAfee, John McAfee. Yeah, John McAfee. John McAfee.
Yeah, John McAfee. Yeah. I seen the documentary on McAfee. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, John McAfee.
Yeah. The documentary. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, man. I'm like, wow. That was deep. That was a deep.
Any last words, Mama Earth?
No, I just I thank you, brothers, for keeping my company this evening, and thank you for allowing me to just chit chat with you and speak to those who are tuned in. I invited some people to tune in. I can't see who's on here, but thank you for coming on, and I hope to see y'all soon.
What? I'll put it. We got Ananaya on here. Netta B. We have Gerald Moore.
That's text. It's a brother Johnson.
Okay, we got Nisa Shabazz, Michael Kreider.
Kreider back.
Yeah, we got those are the ones we have on here thus far.
Peace and power to all y'all.
Peace and power.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for having me. And let's go. Let's build. Let's unite. If we gotta be the first ones to do it. I know it's other people out there with the same ideas. And if I'm speaking to someone out there, let's come together. We ain't got but a short time to get ourselves together. Let's come together, unite. I don't care what your organization title is. Let's come together as a unit, as a people. Race first.
That's right.
Hey, what's your last word?
Thank you, last word.
Sister Energy Peace just joined in. Hey, sister. Just check out the replay. I'll be checking you out on Facebook. Check our page out.
Energy Peace.
Yeah, and also check out the brother Shaka Sankofa tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Facebook. The General TShaka Sankofa.
Before we end the stream, I do want to say, let's be wise in our going about. Let's be thoughtful in what we see. We have to be analytical at this particular point in time, in this era right now. We have to take everything in and make the best decision. Because I will say this, we are not on the same playing field. They have us down in the valley while they're on the mountaintop. Mm-hmm. But they keep telling us, hey, we can come halfway. Y'all come up here a little bit. but they trying to never let us up to the top. But it doesn't matter because we created the mountain. We not thinking. We have to be strategic in our thought.
That's right.
This is the game of commerce that they playing. Laws of the
Right.
water. These are poly tricks, nothing else. And we got to get out. We have to get out that lower vibration, move to a higher vibration. Get up in the morning, speak some positive affirmations. Really look what's before you, and get into these international news, global news. These things affect you as a people. Get into it and see. Open up the third chakra. Meditate.
That's right.
I came here tonight with fire. I didn't have no fire first.
Hey,
And I'm be
you say
honest
one
with you.
more thing.
Appreciate that
One
fire,
more thing.
brother. Appreciate that.
You say one more thing. And don't forget they use our own people. You know what I'm saying? For they used us against us. Lead that. They use us to keep us down. Be aware of that too. That's for
Right.
real. They need to go.
Straight up. Straight up.
I came on here. I wasn't planning on coming on here like this. As I thought, and I got on live. You know, sometimes hit me, sometimes it don't. But we got to wake up. You know, sometimes I get fed up, and don't be afraid to die. Shaka said the black woman be ready to go. The black man don't be ready to go.
Nope.
The black man don't be ready to go.
Nope.
We got to get off of that. Anything happen for us internationally, the youth get involved in the women. Michael Brown, youth. Rodney King, youth, women. Come on, man. We gotta do better. I'm calling out the men. I'm calling out men. I'm calling on more alliance. I'm not calling for no more sheep. Right now, at this particular point in time in my life, I'm not saving no sheep. If you're a sheep, just go over there with them.
Right.
Right.
Go there with them. I don't even care about that. What I do care about is what we do as a people. Taking a biased opinion, move forward as a race, a real powerful race. Stop falling for the banana in the tailpipe. Peace, family.
That's what's happening. I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate it.